What happened yesterday is that the first call out of three were passed for very radical bills that tried to change the way that the checks and balances in the Israeli system actually work. Because Israel is a system where the government is just part of the parliament. So they are identical in terms of the coalition has a majority of the parliament, automatic majority, which means that the only checks and balances in the Israeli institutional design is the judicial system. The bills that were passed yesterday take this ability from the Supreme Court, and they say the Supreme Court cannot rule unconstitutional or undemocratic the basic rules, the basic laws in Israel. And this is why we end up in this, on the verge, basically, of civil riots, because the Israelis, the majority of Israelis, and this is also half of the people that support the right-wing government, actually did not understand that if you change the rules of the game, you actually take Israel from being a thriving democracy to being a defective democracy, going on the model of Hungary or Poland or Turkey.
מתכבד לפתוח את ישיבתה השבועית של הממשלה כאן בירושלים בירתנו. אדוני ראש הממשלה.
The situation of Netanyahu is that he is under trial for corruption. So it is the case now in Israel that the prime minister who is standing trial for corruption is going to actually be the one appointing the judges, those judges that his appeal is going to be heard by. And this is why it gets tricky, and this is why you don't have a leverage of some sort of power that can actually say to Netanyahu and his government, this is time to stop and change. The question is going to be who is going to have more pressure. Would the streets, the people in the streets, the international arena, and all the experts that say this is a very dangerous situation for Israeli democracy, are they going to have the upper end, or does Netanyahu and his government going to insist and to follow on with all the legislation, leaving Israel in a defective democracy kind of situation, deterioration of economics, etc. And as always in Israel, because we're not living in Europe or in any other more tranquil neighborhood, it might get down to escalation in terms of security, in terms of the occupied territories, in terms of the relation of Israel with its Arab neighbors. And such escalation may provide a way out, because you cannot have a society with no solidarity, divided society, trying to attend to its security, and therefore it might be not international pressure but escalation in terms of security that may bring Netanyahu in the end to get some sort of compromise and to end this situation.